Welcome to Dynamo Dynamics, winning goals to digital dominance. I'm your host, Danny Perry, here to take you through this fusion of soccer enthusiasm and technology innovation. With me, as always, is my guy, Kai, and we're here to talk Dynamo football, maybe amongst other things, but I cannot help but notice, Kai, that's not a Dynamo jersey.
Yep, it's a Bayern Munich jersey because we just played Arsenal in the Champions League, which is your team. And, you know, I think the 2-2 draw was actually a win for us because we had no fans at the game. Playing away is a little scary, but we came up with 2-2, and 2 away goals is huge for us. And now y'all got to come to Munich at night, and those European nights in Munich are a lot different. So I don't think y'all are ready.
I only can ask you, why are you bringing up old stuff? That was a week ago. So the sting still hurts, but we did manage to salvage the draw out of it. So I take that as a moral victory. And going into Bayern or into Munich this week on Wednesday, we'll see who advances. So,
yeah,
but you do have bragging rights for another couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, especially after this Wednesday, I'll have more bragging rights because
I have a feeling there will be an Arsenal jersey on this instead of the Dynamo at that point. But
we'll see. I mean, we're playing at home. I mean, we played y'all away, and I think it's one of our weakest Bayern teams in a while, and we're playing one of the strongest Arsenal teams in a while. 2-2 draw away, no fans is really big.
It was huge.
So when we come back home, I think the intensity will be a lot more coming from us rather than y'all, because y'all showed a lot this past game, but I think...
Well, that stadium is difficult to play in on the best of nights, so Arsenal has their work cut out for them, but Bayern does too. I know Arsenal will put forth a stronger team and definitely a much more focused effort going into Munich. So we'll see. We shall see.
We will see.
How about the Dynamo? Once again, please note the game footage featured in this video is the property of its respective copyright owners and is used here for educational and discussion purposes under fair use guidelines. Legalese complete.
2-1?
2-1 against Minnesota. As usual, the stats.
Yeah.
So we have Minnesota 24 shots on goal versus 7 for the Dynamo, 7 shots on target versus 3. They dominated possession 58% to 42. Passing accuracy 80% on 446 passes for them versus 72% on 337 for us. Fouls were relatively even. Yellow cards, the Dynamo picked up 4 yellow cards during this match. No reds for either side. And then 7 corners for Minnesota to 5 for the Dynamo. So all I can say about that was the Minnesota FC missed shots in every possible way. Wide right, down the middle, hit the bar, hit the post.
Hit the post, hit the crossbar, hit everything. But
so were we lucky to get away with this with a win?
I think so. I think we kind of snuck by that Bartlow goal line clearance in the 34th minute. It was a great clearance, but we should not be giving that ball up in that spot ever. If we gave him a one-on-one with the keeper, should never.
It was
never
almost. You knew you could just see the goal being scored at that point in time, and the save by Clark was awesome to begin with, but it dropped still over the line.
Yeah.
And so Bartlow's clearance was just critical at that moment. So that was pretty impressive. That was a scary moment that turned out actually not so scary.
Yeah.
But then the goal for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Breakthrough.
Yeah, if you want to talk about that, the Mikael header.
Oh,
header. That's what you want to call it.
You know, I think I was telling you earlier about a former Arsenal striker named Danny Welbeck, who was a pretty good striker overall, but every goal he scored was off the shoulder, off the thigh, side of the head. You know, it never was and I just saw that Mikael goal. That the cross came in beautifully. He dove forward for it, and I think he missed the entire ball, but it went in. And so he was credited with the goal, and it was very well Beckian.
Yeah.
It was very, very well back in.
I mean, it was exciting to see. He dove like he was jumping off a diving board. And he was parallel to the ground. It was really cool to see. But
Not conventional, right?
hey, I mean, it got us the one goal lead to start us out pretty early on too. I think that was the
Yeah.
38th minute.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
set the tone after losing the ball in our own third and giving a one-on-one with the keeper. So turn things around a little bit for us.
Absolutely. But after halftime, their substitutions really made a difference. Fragapano, I believe, came in and turnover in midfield, and what was it? 2 passes, or no, they played from the back, 3 passes, split our defense, and next thing you know, 1-1.
Yeah, put the ball in the back of the net, and that looked easy. I think they came out the second half really fired up.
Yeah.
They showed a lot more intensity, and I think it's because they had a few opportunities that they could have had better outcomes on. And they came out the second half looking very good. But our defense, even though we gave up that 1 goal, towards the end of the game, we really stepped it up on defense even more. But then we had our goal.
Yeah. 6 minutes later, approximately 5 or 6 minutes later, and that was the turnover in midfield. 2 passes, and then a nutmeg later.
Yeah.
The ball's in the back of the net from 20 yards out. What about that?
That was a
from
beautiful
Kowalczyk?
goal. That was really beautiful to see. Like I had to watch it over and over again because I was like, did he really nutmeg him and put that away? Like I don't think that I don't know if I don't know if there was any other way that he could get that shot off without attempting the nutmeg. So that's really cool to see and actually see him put it away.
Yeah, it was a really cool demonstration of skill and speed. So
And
maybe
finesse.
that whole striker thing, maybe it's solved. I don't know.
Hopefully. But yeah, I really liked that skill, and then his shot was it was finessed in, just curved over the goalkeeper in the left corner. Like, really nice to see. But it did lead to the last minutes of the game becoming really hectic.
Yeah, it was frantic. So poor Clark, I feel for the guy because his goal was getting peppered in the last few minutes of the match. So the last
And
10
they
minutes,
almost scored a bicycle kick. And I was surprised on that one because that really didn't. I mean, good opportunity for them, but you don't really see that many bicycle kicks with a lot of power on target. And that one was pretty solid.
It's terrified me. But during that time frame, they hit the crossbar, they hit the post, they shot wide right, and then Clark made a number of saves, very important saves during that last 10 minutes of the match, or last 20 minutes of the match, really. So a Dynamo win.
Dynamo win, yeah, I'll take it. I mean, last week I said we can't win with 1 goal. We have to score more than 1 goal, and that's what we did. My prediction was 1-1. We stepped it up, 2-1. That's great. And I think I do like our new striker. Just from the little bit I saw this past game, I hope they stick with him for another week or two. And
give him a run of form.
Yeah, see how he pans out, you know? I mean, that goal could really spark up his form, and he could score one next week, maybe 2.
We could score 2 goals every week.
Yeah.
My prediction was 1-0, and the Dynamo still got the win.
Yeah.
But 2 goals is almost like an offensive explosion. That was insane.
Yeah.
That was insane. But so now we're up to 3rd in the Western Conference, 13 points on the season. We're really with the leaders of the entire league right now. So the Dynamo are playing fantastic football. Do you think we can keep this pace up?
I think so because our defense is very well rounded. I think, like I said previously,
even after 24 shots on goal,
only 1 went in, and we did have like crazy defensive efforts. It was the effort, like the Bartlow save or clearance. I mean, he put a lot of effort in there. It seems like our defenders really want to win. It's not like they're giving up on plays because, that wasn't Bartlow's fault. That ball was given to him one-on-one with the keeper. He still played through the play. He didn't let it just, whatever. It wasn't my fault. I'm just going to let it go in. He really put full effort in there. So we look very good on defense. If we could shut them down a little bit outside our final third, that'd be a little better. But we're showing really good signs.
I agree. I think this train will keep rolling. And just like in technology, things can, if as long as you have a solid foundation, a lot of things can appear to go wrong, and it still comes out right in the end.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep with that theme, and hopefully we have a solid striker who can get a run of form. But we have Austin coming up, so you're going to be at that match, aren't you?
I think so. I think I'll be at that game live, so that'll be very interesting because I guess not true rivalry yet, but since Austin's such a new team, it probably will develop into one.
I think it will. I think it will. Just with between Dallas, Austin, and Houston, Dallas, and now Austin in the league here in the same state,
We're only a few
relatively
hours
close to
away.
each other. I think a rivalry has to evolve from there. So predictions?
I actually got us winning 3-1 against Austin.
Up in the ante. Up in the ante.
Yeah, so from what I've seen, defensively they give up at least 2 goals a game typically, and I think we could at home, bringing it back home for once. It's been 2 weeks away, and coming back home is definitely nice. You have the fans backing you, so I really think we'll score more this game, and we'll maybe give up 1.
All right, I'm going to go with the same margin of victory, but I'm going 2-0 Dynamo. I think that they are going to keep Kowalczyk running out there, hopefully, and give him some chance to get acclimated to the team and the team to get acclimated to him and get some consistency up front. And score 2 more goals this weekend or this coming up weekend, and we can move maybe to the first slot in the table.
Yeah, or first, second, as long as you're moving forward.
There you go. There you go. Well, you enjoy the game, and we will see what happens on Wednesday in the Champions League as well.
Definitely bring this up after Bayern wins at home.
I'm shaking my head. I will definitely wear my Arsenal jersey next week, so be prepared for that. And what else? What are we forgetting? I'm getting old, Kai.
Well, we're at the point where we got to let y'all know to follow our social medias and hit the like button and keep up with all of our videos. We have them every week, and we're excited to get more out.
All right, so follow us on social, and we will see you again next week for another episode of Dynamo Dynamics.